Cameraman.
Welcome to the palace of the Oba of Benin, where the two returned artifacts, the cockerel and ancestral head, otherwise known in local parlance as Okba and Elao, will be officially handed over to the Oba of Benin. And we are beaming this event live from Benin on the largest TV network in Africa, the Nigerian Television Authority. I am Obehi Otuba Presai, and I'm not alone here running commentary this afternoon. Agatha Igwari-Ojo is also here with me. And I'm very sure, just like I am, she's happy to be part of this history-making event here today. Agatha?
Sure, Obehi, it is indeed the making of history right here on the palace grounds. Artifacts carted away over 124 years ago during the British invasion of Benin Empire have found their way back home. It's a moment of excitement for the Oba and his people. Those treasured artworks, that's the cockerel and the cockerel and that's in local parlance, Okoko, and the bronze head of the Oba are home where they belong after so many years. Again, good afternoon and a warm welcome. Thank you for joining Africa's largest TV network, beaming live from the palace of the Oba of Benin, the ancient city of Benin. Wherever you are, you can watch this live telecast on television or on Android. You can just click on YouTube NTA Live so you can see and be a part of this history-making event. So stay with us as we guide you through this event with so much socio-cultural significance to the people of this kingdom.
Okay, NSP Samoyu.
The event has kicked off in earnest. What we can see here on the screen now is different traditional groups paying respect and homage to the revered Oba of the Great Benin Kingdom, and it will signal the commencement of the event proper.
It's a sunny day, and the cultural colors of the palace, white and red, are on display here at this homecoming of artworks. Different cultural groups will be coming out one after the other to pay homage to the king. Of course, we have different palace chiefs here, different dance groups. There's a traditional drum there, all in homage for the Oba of Benin. And they're celebrating, welcoming home the artworks that have been out of the palace for over 124 years now.
Oba Tokwe, Your Royal Majesty, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we shall not take the national anthem. May we please rise. Edo national anthem.
The national anthem. We don't have time to waste.
The Edo national anthem, please.
Thank you very much. Obaga Tope.
That's the Edo national anthem as rendered by the 24 beats. Ọba Tope. Ọba Tope. Utwa. Ukoni webo. Ukoni wegwa. Ukoni ukebu kawe. Ọdụtwa. Ọba Tope. Ikame. Ọdụtwa. Ìgbàwọ̀n ló gbé. Àdùtù Ọba Tope. Ibi wọlé kwa. Àdùtù Ọba Tope. Arriba. Ibi wọlé kwa. Àdùtù ẹ. Ìgbàwọ̀n ló. Àdùtù Ọba Tope. Yes, sir. Uzamani bien. Àdùtù Ọba Tope.
Just introduce him as he's there now. I want to mind just on his way back from His Royal Majesty's presence is the representative of His Imperial Majesty the Oni of Ife.
Ọba àtọ́pẹ́ yìí, ìjọ, àjòtò ọba àtọ́pẹ́ yìí. Ìṣe. Ìrí ọba nípẹ́ à, àjòtò ọba àtọ́pẹ́ yìí.
These are the brothers of the Oba of Benin paying homage there. We have also seen representative of the Oni of Ife and other high-ranking palace chiefs come out to pay homage to the Oba. More groups are
Ìrí ọba
expected
nípò,
as the event goes on.
àjòtò ọba àtọ́pẹ́ yìí.
All right, we are also seeing daughters of Oba of Benin, not Oba Ewai now, Oba Irediawa and Oba Akenzua, that's the past Oba of Benin, coming out to pay homage there.
Ọba àtọ́pẹ́ yìí. Ìjọ ẹ. Abẹ́ enige o, enige. Wàá tún agé, ọba àtọ́pẹ́ yìí.
It's now the turn of Inigies, that's the heads of various communities in Benin Kingdom coming out to pay homage to the Oba.
Ìjọ ẹ nípẹ́ à, òun fi àwọn kwa ẹ̀, wàá di òtún ọba àtọ́pẹ́ yìí.
The Oba of Benin, flanked by some of his young children, continues to receive homage there. And this time it's from the chief priest group. They are also here to pay their homage and felicitate with the Oba on this great day. Agatha, one thing I note today that the weather is so friendly. Like yesterday we had a very heavy downpour, but thank God, because this event is holding in an open environment, and so we are so glad that we're having such a wonderful weather, as if maybe even nature is happy at this history-making event here today.
It's quite favorable, yes, for the event, but you agree with me that it's very hot. Very, very hot. But the people have been patient. They've been waiting here since 11 a.m., to celebrate the homecoming of these artworks that are a reflection of the past and splendor of this land, rich in culture, and identity of a people whose artworks have gained their international recognition. We hope this weather condition continues till the rest of this program. It's the turn of Ogie Uheniko, that's the female traditional priests. Yes, they're paying homage to their king. As the program progresses, we'll be seeing different groups, different palace groups, different traditional groups coming out here to celebrate with the Oba on this occasion.
Oba Tokwe. Okao. Okao Aduge. Adotwa. Awojowe. Amugbe. Oba Tokwe. Okao Adotwa. Ọba Tọ́pẹ́ ọjọ́ wo wàdó tó ẹ ìjọ wo èrè bá. Sir. Ọba Tọ́pẹ́ Ikweki Adotwa.
About to see Ikweki, that's market women there. They're about to come out to greet the Oba. Yes, that's market women in Benin there.
Ọba Àtọ́pẹ́, Hausa community, Fulani, Lupe, Mai, all of you come forward to my greet. Ọba Àtọ́pẹ́.
Yes. I don't know how you know the lay The women.
The women. The Hausa women.
Wait.
The women, we are great. The Yoruba group. Oba great. Oba Àtọ́pẹ́.
Benin Royal Troop, please come forward.
I just call on together.
Head of security. National Association for Edo State Students.
Civil society organization.
Just call them.
National Association of Edo State Students and civil society organizations, come forward.
Thank you very much. We'd now like to invite the service chiefs to please come and greet the Oba.
Just stay behind there. Let me arrange. So if you need any, I'm seated on that.
Sure. The chief imam and other Muslims that are here, please come and pay homage to the Oba. After that, we shall be inviting the very distinguished Queen Mother, Ojeba of Agbo, to please come and pay homage to the Oba. Just call all other guests. Call the chief judge. We'd like to invite the Queen Mother, the Ojeba of Agbo, to please come and pay homage to His Royal Majesty. We'd like to invite the representative to His Excellency, the Governor of Edo State, to please come and pay homage. My Lord, the Chief Judge of Edo State, here very well represented, to please come and pay homage. I'm sure you'll be accompanied by the former NBA President, Augustine Alege-san. Thank you very much. Whilst we are waiting for the instructions, may I invite our very dear Senior Advocate of Nigeria, former NBA President, to please come and pay homage to His Oba. After this, the Enige from Asa Central or Edo Central and Edo North.
Oba Atokwe, before we call on the traditional rulers from Edo North and Edo Central, there's going to be a very special introduction to be made. Prince Agatise Erejawa. Na atwe baba, mamuja dawe umugun. Uvinokwa, Princess Mrs. Ikwoyeme Ewai. I'm you. Prince Agatise Erediawa was the one that actually represented His Royal Majesty, the Great Oba of the Great Benin Kingdom, in Scotland, Aberdeen, and in the UK, in Cambridge College University, Jesus College, Cambridge, in UK. He was the one that actually represented His Royal Majesty when they handed over the artifacts to the Omonoba true Prince Agatise Erediawa. He is the immediate junior brother of His Royal Majesty, the Great Oba of the Great Benin Kingdom. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Prince Agatise Erediawa. Standing next to the Prince is the eldest daughter of His Royal Majesty. She is Princess Mrs. Ikwoyeme Amiwu Ewari. She is a petroleum lawyer and she is happily married and she has children. Oba Atokwe. Egbatu Yoba. Ogbabonani, hold it first. Eh? Hold it. At this point, we'd like to also call on a very special guest, a diplomat by excellence. His Excellency, Ambassador Martins Uromo Hibi. Your Excellency, please proceed to greet His Royal Majesty. That is His Excellency Ambassador Martins Uromo Hibi. The MD of Seplat is ably represented here. Please come forward and greet His Royal Majesty. Immediately after that, we call on very respected traditional rulers from Edo North and Edo Central to please come forward and pay obeisance to His Royal Majesty. Oba Atokwe. Representative of MD Seplat. The representative of the Vice Chancellor, University of Benin. Is he here? Please come forward. Come and greet His Royal Majesty. She is representing the Vice Chancellor, who is unavoidably absent. She is out of the state. At this point, May I kindly call on the respected traditional rulers from Edo State, Edo North, and Edo Central traditional rulers. Please come forward and greet His Royal Majesty.
I'm sure the Igbo group, if you are here, please come and pay homage to the Oba. During the 19th century, in 1897, the invasion of Great Benin Kingdom, about 10,000 objects were forcefully relocated and are today held in 165 museums and private collections across the world. These moved objects were and are still of great cultural and historical interest to our people. Today's landmark event is indeed a breakthrough in the desire of Nigeria and Africa to repossess African arts, which were currently domiciled abroad. These works were a result of deep personal knowledge and a great sense of observation by the bronzers, reflecting the skills of Benin sculptors. Believing that what is more important now is to place more emphasis on the return of the artifacts rather than the circumstances leading to their relocation, Nigeria took possession of two of the very many artifacts on October 27 and 28, 2021 at Jesus College in England and the University of Aberdeen in Scotland. The two repossessed or repatriated Benin artifacts are the Conqueror bronze statue, the cockerel Opa, an ostentatious creature which illustrates pride and confidence, and an ancestral head, a bronze bust of an Oba, Umuilao, whose sovereignty were vested in the Benin Kingdom before 1897 invasion, which today will be returned to where they originally belong, physically handed over to our most revered monarch, Oba Ewai II, after 125 years. It is on this note that I very warmly welcome all to this red letter event. My name is Agarese Idubo. I am today working with my brother, Dr. Mike Osasuye. Two of us shall put this event in this right perspective. Whilst we are doing that, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of one of the very distinguished Nigerians who's been very wonderful, the Nigerian High Commissioner to the United Kingdom, Ambassador Serafatunde Ishola. Welcome you, sir. The Director General of the National Commission for Museum and Monuments, Professor Abba Isa Tijani. We thank you very much for being here. We thank you for being here.
The ambassador is not here on his own as a guest personally, but he is here on the directive of His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, GCFRO, to personally deliver these two special artifacts to the great Oba of the Great Benin Kingdom, because originally this was the place they were taken from, and this should be the place they should be returned. That's why he is here in the company of the DG, National Commission for Museums and Monuments, Professor Abbas Tijani.
Thank you very much. Now is the homecoming of these artifacts. You can imagine 125 years outside of home. Now you are returning home. I'm sure the artifacts are very happy to return home, and we welcome them to their natural habitat. Before we take the next item on the program, I'd like to introduce a very special Benin man, a man who we all revere very specially. I'm talking of a director of ACO Group PLC, the chairman CEO of Acklin Oil and Gas Limited, our very revered engineer, Dr. Gregory Omosigo Ero. We thank you very much for being here. Please celebrate him. Once again, we want to thank you for being part of history. It's a very special event that all of us are witnessing in our lifetime, the day that these items are being returned. Like I said, we have over 10,000 of them that were taken away. Now we are starting the process of returning them. At this point, one very important item on this program is the traditional breaking of kola nuts. I like that we pass the kola nuts to the areas of Benin, as directed by His Royal Majesty, the Emperor of Benin.
About Operi.
Anyway, every Usana Woodwa. Akama. Usano ye vagno. Oba ati mahara die kwa utana. Una we uswe enio inayo bolu nebu dovio evura nya uvie so rebiriwo. Kuna ni maya fe over gena tima na we madu. Nando gwe mira mira na yafe usano wodwa ulwesi ena na oka bo bu mayako eko wani ni mayafe ge abieso wewo tukma mayeke ni ke no sabe ni ka no giya mi ke ya bi ya ni ke re wayafe nirina sanuba o ye kubun wayafe mi yafe no wa o busa o ya ni wa o pa no bi ma ga di ona utana do aga suta o mi ga ya mi eduka wayafe wa ya ga ma o wa di wa o wa ga ma o ba ta pe
Oba Tope. Thank you very much.
Vamos dar ini dia ni.
Sir.
We'd like to, in a very special way, acknowledge the presence of Honorable Osenegi Ero, former Commissioner for Arts and Culture, Edo State.
Former Commissioner Adeodo Tomogun, where's Zai?
Just
It's Your Royal Majesty.
The members of ICOBA, Immaculate Conception College Old Boys Association, they are well represented here. ICOBA members, please, briefly.
Thank you very much, Akoba. With the kind permission of His Royal Majesty, may I invite Chief Owen Suyi, Dosoma SAN, to come and welcome all of us on behalf of His Royal Majesty, the Oba Suyi of Benin.
It should be noted that Chief Obasuyi of Benin actually accompanied Prince Agatise Erediawa to UK and Scotland, where these artifacts were retrieved. Oba Atokwe.
Your Royal Majesty, Oba Ewa II, Ugidigan, Oba of Benin, sitting on the throne of your fathers, on the oldest thrones in the world. Your Excellency, Ambassador Sarafa Yusuf, Sarafa Ishala,
My apologies. The Nigerian High Commission to Great Britain, Professor Tijani, Director General of the National Commission for Museums and Monuments, Princes and Princesses of Benin, the ESL of Benin, Chiefs of Benin, distinguished guests, well-wishers, and friends of Benin. This is a very, very brief welcome. We thank you for coming to come and witness a historical event, one that is as groundbreaking as it's significant for Benin. It is the return of two rare artifacts that outside people, not knowing what they are, describe as art. But two of our objects that underline our spirituality. They were looted from here in 1897. Today, through the blessings of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, General Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, His Excellency, the High Commissioner of Nigeria to Great Britain, has graciously brought these items back home to His Majesty the Order of Benin. It is an emotional moment for the whole Benin. It is a moment that tells us that no matter how long the night is, the day will break. The dawn of the return of our artifacts that are scattered all over the world, whose provenance goes to 1897, is just breaking. Your Majesty, in your time, you will receive all of them. So, we thank you for being part of history, but coming here to witness this great event. All those of you who have traveled to come here, we welcome you. Your coming shall be attended by blessings. Benin spirituality will bless you. My apologies, I've just been told that the governor is represented here. I greet the governor and his representatives. So, we welcome you, Your Excellency, Mr. Ambassador. We welcome you, the Director General, Professor Tijani, and all here present. And we pray that the blessings that come with this event will also go to you. Oba Atokpe.
Thank you very much. Please, let's celebrate our very dear Senior Advocate of Nigeria. Thank you very much for this wonderful and very inspiring speech. We'd like to invite the Director General of the National Commission for Museums and Monuments, Professor Abba Issa Tijani, to please come and make his remarks. Oba Atokpe.
Thank you very much. Your Royal Majesty, the Oba of Benin, Your Excellency, Ambassador Tunji Ishola, the Nigerian High Commissioner to the United Kingdom, who is here carrying out the directive of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR. All protocols duly and respectfully observed. For me, this is a great historic moment in the history of the National Commission for Museums and Monuments, that our efforts since the taking away of these great artifacts of Benin Kingdom in 1897, the Commission has been making efforts to see that these artifacts are returned. And since then, we have been encountering all sorts of excuses and blockages. However, for me, it's a great moment that I'm being part of history. That during my time as the Director General of the National Commission for Museums and Monuments, these artifacts are not only promised to be returned, but physically being returned, started coming to their rightful place. I have, in many occasions, that I interact with those that are hanging on to our artifacts, bring to their notice, to their attention, to their knowledge, that these artifacts are not art for art's sake. They are living arts. They are artifacts of the Benin people that have places in their culture. They are not produced for the sake of aesthetics. They are not produced for the sake of value for money, but they are part of their culture, part of their history, and part of their daily life. You can imagine that part of your history, part of your culture is taken away from you. And that creates a vacuum. And that is why His Royal Majesty, today, having physically seen these two artifacts return, he was taken really highly emotional and feeling that history has started to take its proper shape during his time. And we want to be part of this history. We want to seem to be doing the right thing so that all artifacts of Benin Kingdom and all other artifacts, of course, taken away from Nigeria, are returned to their rightful place. And we are going day by night to those places, engage with them, and get our artifacts back. I have already scheduled to travel to Europe again by the end of next month, so that I will negotiate again with some of these museums and institutions that are holding Benin artifacts, with a view that they should return back to Nigeria, and I'm sure the Benin Kingdom, the Oba, will be able to see these artifacts return. With this short note, I want to ask the Benin people, I want to request His Royal Majesty for prayers, because your ancestors are doing wonderfully well, that these artifacts, your prayers are being accepted, and that these artifacts have started coming. And I don't seem to have any magical powers to say that I made this possible. It's the prayers of the people of Benin. And I believe that this will continue, and all the artifacts that are away in different museums across the country will come back to Benin, so that the Benin people will associate with their artifacts, with their history and ancestral, belongings. Other people from outside the world and other parts of the country will be able to come and see and understand part of history, part of their culture, so that the researchers can write properly and situate the history of these artifacts in their rightful place by asking the right people. I thank you very much, and I thank you, Your Excellency, Ambassador Shola, for taking this seriously, and for all the protocols that you have gone through in getting the permit. And now today, those that have been saying that these artifacts are not really going to come back, they now have history now to witness what has happened today. And I believe that they will now have the confidence and pray together with the Benin people to get our artifacts back again. I thank you very much.
It's Professor Abba Isa Tijani. Thank you very much.
Professor Abba Tijani there.
When he came to Benin City,
the people
with
of Benin,
the
both
hospitality
home
he
and the
received
diaspora,
from
to continue
His
to
Royal
pray
Majesty,
and work with
he has
the Oba
started
and the federal
feeling
government
home.
to see
I'm
other
talking about the
artifacts
ambassador,
returned to
Ambassador
their rightful
Sarafa
place.
Tunde Shola. It is now my singular
He's pleased
honor
that efforts put
to
into seeing
invite
that these
him
artworks are returned are
to
yielding
address
positive
us.
results, and he says the push continues for
Ambassador
museums
Sarafa
and
Tunde
other institutions
Ishola.
holding these artworks to return them. Obe, you will recall that on December 13, 2021, just little above 2 months ago, the deed of transfer was signed by the Oba in a colorful ceremony that coincided with his 50th coronation anniversary. This is the long-awaited physical handover ceremony in line with the directive of President Muhammadu Buhari to return the artworks to where they were taken from. Shortly, you have Ambassador Sarafa Ishola, that's the Nigerian High Commissioner to the United Kingdom,
Ishola
giving his speech now.
Sarafa, the ambassador. Thank you very much.
Oba Tope, Your Royal Majesty, the Oba of Benin Kingdom, the ESA, and the chiefs here, permit me to pay my respect to the princes and the princesses here present, the people of Benin Kingdom, all the chiefs here present, the gentlemen of the press who have been struggling since morning to cover this ceremony. Also pay my respect to you all. Today, history is being made in many ramifications. These artifacts were taken away here in 1897 in the same Benin Kingdom. With the permission of Oba of Benin Kingdom, I'm not aware how many of us were
in this world as at that time. Perhaps we may have one or two people who are still present in this world here, but to the best of my knowledge, none of us was here then. And to now be gathered, be in a position to right the wrongs of the past, it's really making history. Not many people have the opportunity of history broken and being retrieved the way we are having it today. So we are all making history, and we should thank God for that opportunity. I must say that I'm here just for one assignment, as directed by Muhammadu Buhari, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The assignment is very simple: to directly bring these objects to Oba of Benin Kingdom. That is the presidential directive. Your Majesty and the people of Benin Kingdom, you will recall that in December, when I came here to transfer these artifacts to Benin Kingdom legally, I did promise that not too long we'll bring the objects. And like you know, this is a talk and do government. We promise we are going to bring these artifacts, and these artifacts are here. I must say that the significance of these artifacts being here stems from the fact that British law actually require an export license to take any artifacts that are spent over 15 years in the United Kingdom. So when the University of Cambridge, Jesus College, and the University of Aberdeen handed these artifacts to the federal government of Nigeria, that was the first stage of the process. The second stage of the process is to apply to the export license unit of Great Britain for export licenses for this object. May I take this opportunity to thank the British government for granting us these export licenses at no cost to Nigeria. This gesture has established a basis for the return of these artifacts seamlessly. I must also seize this opportunity to thank the people of Great Britain for preserving these artifacts to still be in the same form that they were taken in 1897. Not only that, value has been added to these artifacts. I'm not aware of the value of the artifacts when they were taken away, but as of today, the cockerel is valued at £2 million in Great Britain and is brought back. Oba's head is also valued and insured for £500,000 sterling and is also brought back. And you will still see many of them come back. And that is going to be a great treasure of Benin Kingdom, of Edo State, and of Nigeria. I will not make much speech because the federal government will make a policy statement on this matter in not too long of a future. I just want to thank the delegation of the Oba that came to the United Kingdom on October 27, 2021 and October 28 for the way they conducted themselves in receiving these objects from the institutions that donated the objects to us at no cost. I also seize this opportunity to thank Jesus College, Cambridge University, for taking the initiative, which is widely acclaimed by all lovers of Nigeria all over the world. I also take this opportunity to thank the University of Aberdeen for putting up a ceremony to return this artifact. And also handed over to the Oba of Benin today is the history of the artifacts, who bought it at what point in time before its return to its original place of history. So, once again, Your Royal Majesty, I thank God that it's during your reign that we are witnessing this history. It could only have happened through the grace of God and with a good heart that you have also approved this project. And enjoin the people of Edo, and particularly the people of Benin Kingdom, to join hands with His Royal Majesty in the preservation of this artifact so that they remain the same way they have been for 125 years as preserved by those countries and as we are going to preserve it. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria, God bless Edo State, and God bless Benin Kingdom. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate you very specially. The artifacts have left Great Britain to Great Benin. Today, we are celebrating history, and those of us who are privileged to be here tonight will agree that it's one event of a lifetime. But once again, I want to thank all those who made this event possible, for which we are here gathered. We are getting to the 0 hour, the time to now very formally receive these very highly prized artifacts. This is the 0 hour, the time when they will make the presentation to our very respected Royal Majesty, the Oba of Benin. And I dare say to all of us, over 10,000 pieces were taken away 125 years ago. And now that we're in the process of repatriating them, I'm very sure with these two coming here, the other ones will follow. In the 165 museums across the world and the various other locations, I'm sure they'll get this signal and start to understand that the process of repatriation has started. And with all that it takes, His Royal Majesty has assured all of us that his best will be good enough to bring all of these things back to Nigeria and to Benin City, where they will be finally domiciled, because this is their original home. They will be coming home. I'm sure the other ones are warming up now to come back home. And very shortly, they will start the process of coming back home. These two that have come back home will go and tell them that we are in a very safe place, in a very safe environment. Please come back from where you were. I didn't say they were stolen, they were only relocated. Now they will be relocated back to their original environment. So once again, we celebrate all Benin people everywhere in the world on this occasion of the very formal return of these wonderful artifacts. The cockerel is a very proud, I'm sure we know the cock, very proud. So the man is cocky and the man is proud. And that is what it depicts. So we thank God for today. So let us celebrate ourselves for being alive to witness. Celebrate yourselves. The moment we are waiting for is coming. And it will be here in 2 minutes when we shall physically see these items. These items. They will be displayed. You will see them and tell those who are doubting Thomases that the items are here. People have been asking, where are they? Now they are here. The Nigerian High Commissioner is ready Ambassador Sarafa Tunde Ishola. We are Tunji Ishola. We are glad to. Tunji, I don't pay Tunde, you know. The mic is coming. The mic is there. The mic is there. There's a microphone there. So we hand over to the ambassador.
Thank you very much.
Many, many years ago, 125 years ago, now history is being made. They are returned back to base. Oba Atokwe. The formalities are already on.
Your Royal Majesty, on behalf of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, I have the honor and privilege of handing to you the cockerel released by Jesus College, Cambridge University, to the federal government of Nigeria, and the Oba's head released by the University of Aberdeen in Scotland. The cockerel being insured and valued at £2 million, and the Oba's head insured and valued at £500,000.
I'm sure it's the Bruce boss of the Oba.
The Oba's head, that is the bronze head of the Oba. And I have the honor and privilege to hand over these objects to Your Majesty, signaling the return of these artifacts, and to also assure you, Mr. President assured you that as these artifacts come, they will be returned to Oba Benin Kingdom. And for the artifacts of other places in Nigeria, they will also be returned back to their Obas. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It is a very special moment. It is a moment we waited for and we have all seen. It is a solemn period, this moment, as His Royal Majesty will now get ready to proceed to the Uvairaba, where he shall do the ancestral presentation. It is a very crucial moment and a very solemn one at that. Oba Tokwe is
Oba Ewa Edo Gemigo.
special moment in the great Benin Kingdom. We are celebrating, we are rejoicing. 125 years ago, it happened that they were taken away. 125 years after, they are being returned. I am sure my uncle, engineer Dr. Greg Earl, is indeed very happy and rejoice a lot.
The artifacts are here. They are back. The cockerel and the willow. The bronze bust of a Benin king. Oba Tope. They are here.
Honorable Agarese Idubo, this is a special moment.
It's very special. Honestly, today is a red letter day. And this event is so special and unique to all of us that we will forever remember it. Everyone witnessing this today will go back home fulfilled. Will go back home rejoicing. Will go back home celebrating. Because this is a very special moment. Oba Atope, very instructive. If this cockerel is now £2 million, then of course, one can imagine how much it will be worth in another 100 years. That's the whole essence of appreciation. These items, they appreciate. Every day you keep an artifact, the value keeps going up. So Mike, where are we?
Oba Tope.
What else can we say than to say we are blessed with a king that knows what to do to make his people happy? Oba Atope. And so, history is made in the reign of His Royal Majesty. Ọmọnọba Nedu Ukwu Akọlọkọlọ Ọba Ẹwàì Ògìdìgan Òkèfà. The solemn procession will go. His Royal Majesty will now proceed to the Uveroba with the artifacts for ancestral presentation.
Oba Tope. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, cameramen, especially the journalists, members of the Fourth Estate of the Realm, please move back to your original place of position. Please move back. Now, the next item, please, the event is not over yet. His Royal Majesty has not responded. The next item now is a brief ceremony at the Ancestral Hall. His Royal Majesty is proceeding to Weroba for a very brief ceremony. Please let all of us be seated. When His Royal Majesty returns, then there will be a response. Please, the event continues. Go back. Please, the event is not over yet. Please be seated. Be seated.
Please be seated. The event is not over yet. Mr. Frank.
Not only be returned in excellent physical condition, but has increased in monetary value.
Yes, Obehi, they are indeed an asset, not just to be the kingdom, but to the nation at large. And there are thousands
for a brief moment,
these artworks still outside the shores of Nigeria, and
take these very highly priced
find their way
artifacts
back home. like Ambassador Sarafai Shola said,
Please,
that he's in
sit down
Benin
here
for one
and wait for
assignment,
him
directly to bring
to
these
carry out
objects to
the
the Oba,
ceremonies
and
there,
the assignment is
and he will
complete.
come and make his remarks
This is the first set
before
Oba Ewai
His Excellency
II would
also make
receive,
his
just like
remarks.
his fathers
Please,
and
the
his
event is still
forefathers
on.
did. You recall that his grandfather, Oba
While
Kezia
our father
II,
goes
received a
to
coral bead that
present these
initial
items
appointment. And also
to
in June
Wherever,
2014, Oba
the
Ejawa received
Ejedo Theatre
Egugu,
Troupe should
Ebel, and
please
Anyamuro, a
entertain
bird. They
or
were
keep
returned by
entertaining us.
Dr. Andre Walker, the great-grandson of
Oba
Captain
Atope.
Walker, one of the soldiers who took part in the 1897 invasion. Obey, I can
I want to
imagine
invite
how
the
the Oba will
Esa
feel right
Ibabanemi.
now. So much
Esa
enthusiasm.
Ibabanemi,
We saw
as soon as the
earlier
Oba
people trying to
moves on to
catch a
Owero,
glimpse of the
Owero,
object. And I
we
can
will
also imagine
ask
what it will be like on
the
social
Esa
media. I'm sure
Ibabanemi
these
to
pictures will already be flying about
come
now.
before the
Yes,
Ejedo
indeed.
Theatre Troupe.
Don't forget that this was one of the pledge he made during his coronation 5 years ago, where he pledged to ensure that artifacts are returned in his time, and he has indeed done so today. It's a day of joy indeed.
You know, these things are very.
All right, you heard earlier that these artworks are being moved right now to the ancestral shrine.
Always
The
review
Oba will be making
formally
a
welcoming
presentation
them
there
back
to
home.
his ancestors.
Now they are here.
These works
His Majesty will show
returned
them
exactly the same way
to
they
the
were
ancestors,
taken
and they will
away from
receive
Benin
them
in
and welcome
1897.
them.
And to safeguard these artworks, as many hope
We'd
that
like to
others will
acknowledge
return home,
members
the
of
Oba
the
in December
Board of
announced
Trustees
the Board
of
of
the museum.
Trustees for the Benin
All
Royal
members
Museum
of
to
the
be
Board of
built in the
Trustees of the
palace
museum,
and it to be
we
open to
thank you very much
tourists,
for
researchers,
the
scientists,
very
and the
wonderful things you
public.
are doing.
And the Board of Trustees
We
is
know
headed
that
by
you are actively
Nobel laureate
involved
Professor Wole
in ensuring that
Soyinka.
these
Members are Prince
items
Agatise
keep adding value.
Lediawa. We saw him earlier. That's the immediate younger brother
all
of the
members of
Oba.
the Board of
We also
Trustees,
have as members of the
want
board
to thank you very
Ruka
much for
Obaigbena,
being here.
Aiboje Imokwede, and
Maybe at the
former
point,
head of the Federal Inland Revenue Service, Ifweku
Board of the
Omoegui
Benin Museum.
Okaru. The museum will
I'm
be
sure you
built
want
in
to take
collaboration with
photographs
the
with
federal
the
government
artifacts.
through the National
Members of the
Commission
Board of
for Museum
Trustees.
and Monuments. So as
Members of the Board
as
of
many
Trustees to
artworks
take
that will
photographs
return, certainly
with
they
the
will be
artifacts.
kept there.
Members of the
And
Board.
let me quickly add here that contrary to speculations that all returned artifacts would be kept hidden, the Oba has assured that in collaboration with the federal government through the agency, the National Commission for Museums and Monuments, there will be a royal museum to house all returned artwork that will be open to tourists, researchers, among others.
The Babylonian will wait for
Valued at £2 million and £500,000, it is indeed an asset.
Ejedo can please continue playing. These are members of the Board of Trustees of the Royal Museum. Congratulations, and God bless you for doing wonderful things for our kingdom. You can't beat this collection of Nigerians who are going to serve on the board. They are the best available here and anywhere. We'd like to invite Chief Edosoma to please proceed to close to the Oba. Chief Edosoma, please. Your attention is needed. Thank you very much.
You're still watching the return and handover of looted artifacts to the Oba of Benin right here on the palace grounds in the ancient city of Benin, a few meters away from the Oba Ovurame Square. It's a reminder of the glorious past of the forefathers, sons and daughters of Edo. And I'm sure wherever they may be, that's the sons and daughters of Edo at home or in the diaspora, the nostalgic feeling will be there. It was on October 27 and 28, 2021, Nigeria took possession of the artifacts from Jesus College in England and the University of Aberdeen in Scotland, as the push intensified in recent years for return of more than 10,000 artworks scattered away in 1897 expedition that also saw the then Oba of Oroame Nogbaisi being exiled to Calabar. Stay with us. We'll have more on this live telecast.
He said. Thank you. Thank you. Very well, thank you. Very thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. When it comes to tradition, we try as much as possible to follow the solemn rhythm nature of the tradition. Going to Uvarioba is not just something you just wake up and begin to stroll there. All preparations have been made. It is on this note, His Royal Majesty, the Omonobanedo Kwakpolopolo, Oba Ewae Nogideka Nogeva, will not proceed for the ancestral presentation. Thereafter, he will come back after relating with the ancestors to now come and talk to his people. We want to appreciate each and every one of you for coming around. It is a special moment, and it is a very solemn moment. May we please remain where we are as His Royal Majesty proceed to the Uwaraba.
We'll need to further remind you that the ceremony is not over yet. Please note that the ceremony is not over yet. His Majesty will come back here to make his remarks, and the governor will speak before the ceremony comes to a close.
The Oba is already at the Oba is currently at the ancestral shrine on the grounds where the annual Igwe is celebrated to present the artworks he just received to his ancestors. It's a sunny day and the cultural colors of this palace, white and red, have been on display here at this homecoming of artworks that are a reflection of the past and splendor of a land rich in culture, identity of a people whose artworks have gained them international recognition. Obey, you agree with me that those artworks are quite heavy?
Yes, they are, especially the okoko, the cockerel, which is said to be worth about £2 million.
I saw one of the men trying to raise it and he could not. He had to call for assistance. And one kind of wonders the materials used for making these artworks as far back as 1897.
Yes, it shows that the Benin's have always had this ingenuity when it comes to art and culture. That's why it's one of the reasons they are known all over the world for their art prowess. And also, you could see the way the curators there were carefully handling the returned artifacts. That goes to show their value and how they will also be treated when they are as they are right here now in the custody of the palace of the Oba of Benin. Like you said, the ceremony will not be complete without the Oba, who is a core traditionalist, presenting these artifacts, to the ancestors for their blessings also.
The expedition of 1897 did not just deter Benin people from a bronze casting. If you go to Igun today, a trekkable distance from the palace of the Oba of Benin, you see a variety of artworks. Wood carving, not necessarily bronze. You have wood figurines and all of that, they have been so much into these artworks for quite a century.
The Igun Street is known. It's one of the attractions for tourists to Benin. And so from time immemorial, these artworks such as these bronze and other artworks have been attracting people to Benin. And this will also, the return of these artifacts today, I'm sure will intensify, will draw more tourists to this ancient city of Benin, the Great Benin Kingdom.
And that's the reason why the Oba is really intensifying effort to build the Benin Royal Museum right here in the palace, so that tourists can also take a look at some of these artworks done by the people as far back as 1897. We'll wait for him before when he finishes from the Ogwedion, where he went to present the artworks to his ancestors, and hear him speak to the people. And at this point, I would also wonder what the ancestors will be feeling now.
Happiness, pure joy. I'm sure that's the feeling that is going round, both from the area of the ancestors and those of us among the living. It's been a wonderful 2 hours. I must commend the guests here today. They have really been patient, eager to see this event, and they are still around, waiting for the Oba, like we heard, that he will respond to the British High Commissioner, who is representing the President here today, that he will respond when he returns from presenting the artifacts to the ancestors.
All right, you're still seeing some of the high-ranking palace chiefs there. Earlier, we just saw the Yase of Benin Chief Sam Igbe. Seated there is the Iweri Ogene of Benin Chief Bazuaye. They are all seated waiting for the Oba to return from his talk with the ancestors. Presentation is still ongoing to the ancestors behind closed doors there. Obe, it's been a long journey from Oba Kenzwa II to Oba Ediawa, now Oba Ewa II. This push for the return of the artworks, it's quite commendable. I'm sure Edo people and Nigerians will be waiting for the Oba to hear him talk about the return of these artworks, to pour out his heart. This is the first he will be receiving as Oba of Benin since his coronation 5 years ago. He said earlier, Oba Kenzwa II received a coral bead, a coronation adornment. Also in June 2014, Oba Ediawa received a gugu, a bell, and Ahiamuro, that's the local parlance, a bird. They were returned by Dr. Andre Walker, the great-grandson of Captain Walker, one of the soldiers who took part in the 1897 invasion. And that's an individual returning artworks. But this time we're seeing institutions from the United Kingdom giving back to Edo what was taken from here.
On the 13th of December last year, when the deed for the returned artifacts was presented to the Oba of Benin, he emphasized that the return of these artifacts, which were taken away in 1897, should not be a time to open old wounds, but also key players must look forward and pursue the subject of restitution and compensation. I must also say here that I'm sure this is also an opportunity for the Oba to thank his ancestors for making this day a reality.
Yes, Oba is still communing with his ancestors, maybe to tell them his journey so far, and to pray that more artworks will come in his time as Oba of Benin. And he's making plans to safeguard these artworks to ensure that they are still kept in the state they are being returned back. Like I said, the Benin Royal Museum, which he plans to be built in this palace in collaboration with the federal government, that's the National Commission for Museum and Monument. And he has also reeled out a board of trustees for the museum, and it's headed by Professor Wole Soyinka. You agree with me that that's a good decision? Or a round peg?
Idiota. Aha.
It's indeed the making of history right here on the palace grounds. The Oba of Benin artifacts carted away over 124 years during the British invasion of Benin Empire have found their way back home. It's a moment of excitement for the Oba and his people that these treasured artworks, the cockerel, that's in local parlance, or koko, and the head of an Oba, Unilao, are home where they belong after so many years. We are beaming live from the palace of the Oba of Benin. Looted artifacts have been brought back home. It was on October 27 and 28, 2021, Nigeria took possession of the artifacts from Jesus College in England and University of Aberdeen in Scotland as the push intensified in recent years for return of more than 10,000 artworks scattered away in 1897 expedition that also saw the then Oba Ovorame being exiled to Calabar. The Oba is also asking today of restitution for events that took place in 1897. Hope he will be out shortly to speak with his people, but there's so much enthusiasm here. People are trying to catch a glimpse of these artworks that were made even way before they were born. We also have cultural troops here, different cultural troops here. Hopefully they'll be coming out to display when the Oba comes out. We have also seen different groups, Yoruba, Hausa, all of them coming to pay respect and rejoice with the Oba of Benin on this occasion. Also palace chiefs, the different palace chiefs, different groups in the palace coming out to greet the Oba, to also rejoice with the kingdom for this feat recorded. It's a reminder of the glorious past of their forefathers and what the sons and daughters of this land could do way back as 1897. Earlier, we heard from the Director General, National Commission for Museums and Monuments. Professor Tijani expressed his excitement that efforts put in to see that these artworks are returned are yielding positive results. He says the push continues for museums and other institutions holding these artworks that are of great value to Africa, return them. I also heard from the Nigerian High Commissioner to the United Kingdom, Ambassador Sarafa Ishola. He said he's here for one assignment, and that's directly to bring these objects to the Oba, and the assignment is complete. The works, he says, are exactly the same way they were taken from here in 1897. Okay. This is the physical. This is the long-awaited physical handover ceremony in line with directive of President Muhammadu Buhari to return these artworks to where they belong to. A few months ago, that's December 13, 2021, in a ceremony that coincided with the 5th coronation anniversary of the Oba of Benin, a deed of transfer was signed by the Oba in such a colorful ceremony filled with excitement. But then the people were actually asking, where are the artworks? Today, the artworks have been brought here. Yes, you're seeing cultural displays there to showcase the rich culture of the Benin people. What did you call this women again? Priestess.
Okay, all this one.
Let's show this minute, anyway, minute dance where Uncle Sonny. This ceremony, with a socio-cultural significance to the people of this kingdom, is also being streaming live on our YouTube channel, NTA Live. So wherever you are, you can be a part of this event. Of course, you certainly cannot beat the rich.
Oh, yeah,
The Oba is returning from Ugairoba after communing with his ancestors to tell them of the return of these precious artworks that are a reflection of the past and splendor of a land rich in culture and identity of a people whose works have gained them international recognition. He will be back shortly to talk to his people who are eager to hear him speak on the return of these artworks, the first set he will be receiving as Oba of Benin since his coronation 5 years ago.
Announcing the return of His Royal Majesty his return from Oba Tokwe. He has performed all the things that will remain permanently here. No more repatriation to anywhere. These ones now will be speaking to the other ones to come back home. And I'm very sure the over 4,000 in Germany and the over 5,000 in Britain will be returned here. So thank you very much for your understanding and your patience. It's now time for us to hear from our Father. Now he will speak to all of us.
Now that Ambassador Sarafa Tunde Ishola is now a son of the palace. I am sure he will come and consult Dr. Gregory to know what transpires at the Ogaroba. It is a very solemn tradition. The Benin's guide it jealously and seriously because we believe strongly in our king. Obaga Tokbe.
Benin is where the king is truly king. The king is truly king here. And that is sufficiently, describing of a distinguished monarch.
When you come to this part of the world, we believe strongly in our Oba, who loves his people and passionately cares for his people. And that is why anytime we see our Oba, we rejoice. Oba Gatokbe. We are going to be entertained by the Benin Royal Troop. The Benin Royal Troop is a very special group that is head so special by His Royal Majesty. The Benin Royal Troop will be on standby after His Royal Majesty has addressed us. We shall now listen to melodious tunes from the Benin Royal Troop. Thank you very much. When you see the custodian of the tradition, it tells you how it should go. That is why our Oba is full of wisdom. Oba Gatokbe. The Benin Royal Troop, His Royal Majesty has graciously approved that you come and entertain the guests. Benin Royal Troop.
Torre, Togare, Erina Amare, Oba Ovurare, Nogbati, Eweka no giver, Agezwani Sururo no giver, Kime, Diawa no Diawa ne do. Lẹ́yìn náà fún ẹ̀dùnẹ́dẹ́. Ẹ̀yin máa yára wọn pa ò nàdúrà fọ́. Ọ̀yẹ̀ máa mímì náà ò. Ìbá máa lè lò dẹ́wì ò. Àbáyé yóò. No give out. We say, woman, I give you to be see. Tetora, yere. Ego diri we yo pero. Come on,
Thank you very much. The Benin Royal Troop.
Ọba Tọ́pẹ́. Ìṣàn. Wàdùkù Ọba Tọ́pẹ́.
He is the custodian of tradition, His Royal Majesty, and he has graciously approved that we allow the Esan community, the Babonerimi, to entertain the guests. Please, a round of applause for the Esan troop. Thank you very much. We are gradually coming to the end of the ceremony. At this point, we expect each and every one of us to please take our seat as we listen to His Royal Majesty Omonobanedo Oko Akpolokpolo, Oba Ewa Ogedega Nogeba. We are going to listen to him. He is going to be talking to us through Prince Agatise Ediawa. Oba Atokwe.
Your Excellency, DG, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I have a directive of His Majesty to deliver on his behalf his address to this occasion. And so that I don't fall foul in any way, I'm going to read the address verbatim the way His Royal Majesty had prepared the address. An address by Amonobane Ndouba Kolopolo, Ewa II, Oba of Benin, on the occasion of the return of the Cambridge and Aberdeen bronzes on Saturday, February 19, 2022. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, today is a day of joy to me personally and to all Benin people at home and in diaspora. We are witnessing today the beginning of the restitution of our artifacts which were taken away in 1897. The military expedition by the British was not a retaliation for the killing of some British soldiers, as most of the literature would have us believe. The truth is that there was a calculated and a deliberately conceived plan to attack Benin for its territorial dominance and also for her treasures. The result was a destruction of a civilization which equaled or even surpassed that of the aggressors. It was thought that the kingdom, totally decimated and in ruins in the aftermath of the war, would not rise again. By the grace of God and our ancestors, we are still standing. The current conversation is about restitution. International scholars and most museums now agree that keeping stolen items is immoral and also illegal. There is consensus now that heritage items must be returned to their place of origin. For this, we commend both Jesus College of Cambridge University and the University of Aberdeen in Scotland for their pace-setting initiative in returning these two bronzes. Of course, there remain a very large number of our artifacts out there. We are aware of the ongoing discussions with the federal government through the National Commission for Museums and Monuments is holding with various governments on our behalf. We are also aware that the major museums will miss having Benin bronzes in their collections. I believe that a working arrangement, gentlemen, I must at this juncture express my appreciation to the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The President has taken a keen interest in the handling of our artifacts. Just as has been reported, the President expressly directed that these two bronzes be handed to me directly. transcend mere art. They are mostly of religious significance to us, and these two bronze pieces will return to where they rightly belong. Your Excellency, Ambassador Ishola, thank you for identifying so fervently with our cause. Professor Tijani is unrelenting in his pursuits, and we appreciate his efforts. I wish to thank Professor Wole Soyinka, who, although could not be here, sent a strongly worded letter of support and apology for missing this event. His words in his letter stating a strong association with, quote, the noble cause of the palace in the efforts at repatriation and restitution are most encouraging indeed. We also appreciate the support of Prince Nduka Obagbena for his unflinching support to the cause. Our gratitude also goes to Mr. Ig Imokwede, to Mrs. Ifweko Omogui Okaro, and other members of the Board of Trustees, as well as to Professor Pejula Iwola for her invaluable contributions. We also would like to thank Mr. John Momo, High Chief Dopesi, Mr. Ben Bruce, and numerous others not mentioned here for their support. I must make special mention and thank immensely His Eminence, the Sultan of Sokoto, also His Royal Highness, the Emir of Kano, and His Royal Highness, the Esunupe, for their long time and continued support for our efforts to return our artifacts to their original place of abode. We must also express our appreciation to the numerous other traditional rulers within and outside Edo State who have identified with and supported our efforts to this point. Ladies and gentlemen, I have said it before, and I will reiterate here, that the bronzes and other works that were removed from the palace here must be returned back directly here or through the agency of the federal government with whom we are collaborating, NCMN. May I appeal that those who are genuinely interested in this cause to join us in the interest of peace, tranquility, and the sustenance of our cultural heritage. We are still standing. Benin culture is still standing. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, and God bless you all.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Hello. Thank you very much. Oba Tokwe. We want to thank our father for this very inspiring and reassuring message. Oba Tokwe. At this point, we'd like to
Presentation
invite
and official handing over of the two returned artifacts to Benin, and it reached you live from the largest TV network in Africa, the Nigerian Television
We'd like
Authority,
to ask
Obehi
that we take one more
saying many thanks for joining us.
cultural
Agatha?
display before we invite
Yes,
His
Obe,
Excellency.
just listen
So,
to
Ejedo
Prince
Theatre
Agatise
Troupe, can you
Edi,
please
our brother of the
come
Oba,
and
presenting the
perform
address of the
for
Oba in
2-3
response
minutes?
to the return
Before
and
we
hand
invite
over
His Excellency to
artifacts. He
speak to
says
us.
the bronzes transcends mere art and they are mostly of spiritual
Adiendo,
significance to
theatre
the
troupe.
Beninese. It's been a long day, but the people are happy. Some of the looted treasures are back home after many years. On
All
behalf
of us
the
who are here
production team,
today, I'm sure
thank you
we
for
will go
watching.
back home
Bye-bye.
rejoicing, happy and fulfilled, because this is a very unique occasion. We'll write this down in our diaries that we saw today. We saw today, and it will remain evergreen in our memories, that this is one event that we came around to witness, and we appreciate, and we shall ever remember. Thanks to our father, His Royal Majesty, the Emperor of Benin, for the opportunity of allowing us to come and witness this wonderful event. Adiendo, theatre troupe, please.
Ọ̀págàtọ̀pẹ̀ ìfẹ́ wàgẹ̀tọ̀ ẹ̀tọ́nú sọ̀mọ́ 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 dọ̀ ẹ̀tọ́nú sọ̀mọ́ wàgẹ̀tọ̀ ẹ̀tọ́nú sọ̀mọ́. Wagato etonu samo, 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 wagato etonu samo. Ọbawa n'ogiedu, ọba ewa enugbogi efa n'ogidiga n'edo yaraga, egewe